What is going on? Oh my goodness. So this is what happens when you elect a clown, you get the circus. And what we are left with is a full-on circus. We are dealing with absolute chaos. Because if you haven't heard, Elon and his genius self sent out an email to all federal workers, okay? And in the email, it entailed that, hey, you got to send me a 5-point bullet of what you accomplished at work. And you have about 48 hours, or if you don't respond, it'll be taken as your resignation. Now, of course, you have people on the right praising this. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Fire these bums. You know, they're not doing anything. That's right, Elon, get them. You had Charlie Kirk talking about this isn't anything big, okay? If I had employees and I asked them to do this and they didn't do this, I would fire them as well. I don't know why you guys are making such a big ordeal about this. Here's the thing. No one elected Elon. This is not even a real department of the government. What are we talking about? This is a billionaire running amok thanks to 12 freaking kids, college kids, okay? That's what we're dealing with because this is the level of stupidity that we're dealing with. This is a childish email. That's what this is. And anyone trying to say, well, this is absolutely reasonable is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs because we even have, as far as the FBI director who just got, sworn in, Kash Patel, who's like, yo, disregard this. You had the Department of Defense talking about disregard this. You have a conflict of power where Trump is saying, hey, Elon, go even more extreme. You should get even more aggressive. And as crazy as that sounds, it makes sense because neither of them care. They don't care about the American people. They don't care about the government. They don't care about the Constitution. They care about themselves. That's it. Okay, given as far as the absolute lunacy that this man has been engaged with, to tell him to get even more aggressive when people are losing their jobs and y'all are just firing people haphazardly and then bringing them back, to tell him to get even more aggressive, I don't know. I feel like that's a setup. That's what I feel like. I feel like Trump may be setting up Elon to take the fall. That when things actually hit the fan, that he can go, well, look, I didn't have anything to do with it. This was Elon. I didn't tell him to do that, but he took it upon himself. I didn't know anything about it. That's what I feel is happening, okay? Because he's going aggressive. Now he's going even more aggressive and sending out this email to federal workers. Because I want you to think about this. Let's think about this like we have, some sense, okay, with us. How on God's green earth are they going to verify any of what they say? Did anyone think about this? How in the 12 little children he has with him in his Doge, how are they going to verify any of this? Okay? You have to think about this. He put out a tweet, I think he was talking about, it was just a check-in. It's just a check-in? What do you mean it's just a check-in? You threatened to fire these people. What are you talking about? You threatened to uproot their livelihood. And you're now talking about you're trying to get this passive language. Oh, it's just a check-in. This is lunacy. This is craziness. This is chaos. And let's just say we give him the benefit of the doubt. This is just a check-in. Why? Why are you giving a check-in to federal employees? Huh? How does that make any sense? If your whole goal was, hey, we're supposed to find the fraud and we're supposed to find the waste, what is a check-in going to do? So it just goes to show that this had nothing to do with helping the American people. This had nothing to do with finding fraud or stopping waste. It had nothing to do with that. It had nothing to do with corruption. This was nothing more than a power play. They just wanted all the federal employees to kiss the ring. That's all they wanted. Because there's no way to verify anything of what they're doing, and there's no consequences, right? Say they do something and you come to find out they lied. What consequence? There is none because you can't verify it. You can't verify all federal government employees are doing in this 5 bulletin. Like, what are you talking about? Isn't that the whole point of managers? Wouldn't you send this out to the managers? Why would you send it out to all federal employees? This is a person with his hand on the red button, bro. Trump has given this madman power to run amok. And now he wants to just, like he's a big man on campus And everyone has to bend down and worship. Oh yes, absolutely, this is what I'm doing. This is a classic sign of someone who's never been respected his entire life. Never been respected. He's never been seen as that guy. So now what he's trying to do, he's trying to force this respect. He's trying to force people to, if he can't get respect, then he's trying to force fear into people. This is, I don't know, man. Is this what people actually voted for? Huh? Is this really what they had in mind when they put down on the ballot box as far as for Trump? Did y'all really want as far as President Elon? Is that what we're dealing with? This is Tweedledee and Tweedledum. And it's not like, hey, they're just changing what people wear. They're changing the uniform or something. Or they're changing that, hey, you have to say the Pledge of Allegiance before you clock into work. This is not that, right? This is dealing with people's livelihoods, people who have families, people who have careers, and they're just treating them as if they're disposable. They're treating them as garbage. And I hope people take note of this. They probably won't, because if you're in a cult, you're dealing with cognitive dissonance. But I hope everyone else who decided to sit down, everyone else who was Couch 2024, everyone else who didn't vote or voted as far as for this, I hope everyone is taking note. This is how they treat the American people. I've seen Ukrainians being treated better. I've seen as far as Jewish people being treated better. Okay? Netanyahu's been treated better. They are treating everyone else but American people with respect and dignity. And that's, where does that lead to, bruh? How does that make America great? How does firing American people, how does that lower inflation? Huh? How does that make the cost of groceries cheaper? Anyways, guys, that's the video. Let me know what you guys think. Whether or not you believe Lucas, hey, it's bound to happen. People make mistakes. It is what it is. But I don't think this is egregious. I think this is absolutely normal and completely signs of a stable genius. Or if you have to believe, you're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, okay? And it makes sense, because cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs would elect cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. It's all making sense. What I would like to know is what happens when cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs is homeless and starving. Then what? Do you magically become sober? Do you magically get your sanity back? Anyways, if you happen to disagree, you know where to find me. Friday to Sunday. Disagreement day, you call in, we'll duke it out. Otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to like, share, comment. Let me know what you guys think about this. And subscribe. And that fun stuff. Till next time, guys, be amazing. This is lunacy.